Hi everyone. Okay, no time to waste here. I picked up a lot of movies in the last month, so let's get on with it and show you what I picked up. First up, from Kino Loba, we have Daredevils of the Red Circle. This is a Republic serial from 1939 about three circus stuntmen who have to track down a villainous madman who's intent on destruction. And that villainous madman is played by Charles Middleton, who happened to play Emperor Ming in the Buster Crabbe, Flash Gordon serials of the same period. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this one. Great cover. Next, absolutely love this movie from 1954, great movie from my childhood, Them, about mutated ants that are intent on destruction in Mexico. But yeah, fabulous film, great sound design on this one, still quite chilling, love it. Next, violent samurai movie, 13 Assassins from director Takashi Miike, the director of Audition and Ichi the Killer. Next, now interesting on this, we've got Seven Men from Now. This is a western starring Randolph Scott and directed by Bud Boetticher. So the Bud Boetticher renowned westerns have been released over the last few years by Indicator and Criterion, but this film came before the movies that are included on those collections. So yeah, this was their first collaboration between Randolph Scott and Bud Boetticher. And then we've got a young Lee Marvin as well. Next, from 1971, directed by Luchino Visconti and starring Dirk Bogarde, this is Death in Venice, featuring the music of Gustav Mahler. Next, from 1940, plenty of swordplay and daring do in The Mark of Zorro, starring Tyrone Power and also Basil Rathbone in this and Linda Darnell. Next, from 1967, we've got a western set in South Africa and starring Vincent Price. Now, this is a remake of the 1949 film Yellow Sky that starred Gregory Peck. Next, from 2005, we have Closer, starring Jude Law, Natalie Portman, Clive Owen and Julia Roberts. This is directed by Mike Nichols and adapted from a stage play by Patrick Marber. Next, from 2006, we've got a magical fable set in Ireland. This is The Secret of Rowan Inish, directed by John Sayles. Next, now I'm not expecting anybody to know this movie, but this is one from my childhood. This is The Pride of Jesse Hallam, starring Johnny Cash, playing a man who has to learn to read when he has to take his daughter to Cincinnati for spinal surgery. This also stars Brenda Vaccaro and Eli Wallach. Next, from 2011, got an all-star cast here, headed by Ben Affleck, and also with Kevin Costner, Tommy Lee Jones, Chris Cooper. This is The Company Men, about businessmen who find themselves caught when there's corporate downsizing. Next, we've got an erotic murder mystery thriller involving a master chess player, played by Christopher Lambert, and this also co-stars Diane Lane and Tom Skerritt, Night Moves from 1992. Next, from 1991, we've got Guilty as Charged, starring Rod Steiger and Lauren Hutton, involving a man who decides he's going to be the judge and jury of people and put people to the electric chair. Next, we've got Joaquin Phoenix, Anna Paquin and Ed Harris in Buffalo Soldiers. And next, I don't have high hopes for this, but this is from the director of the original Ghost in the Shell, Mamoru Oshii. This is Assault Girls. Next, really pleased to find this. This is a really good documentary. It's actually in the New York Times 100 Best Films of the last 25 years. This is from director Agnes Varda, The Gleaners and I, involving people who live off the land and forage fields and find fruit and vegetables that haven't been harvested and live from that. But yeah, this is a really good documentary. Next, now my knowledge of anime is pretty useless, but every now and again I keep finding anime sets, so I don't know this one, but I picked it up. This is A Night Hunters. Next, from War Games director John Badham, we've got a western starring John Cusack and John Goodman, The Jack Bull. And then next we've got a film from Francois Girard, whose film 32 Short Films About Glenn Gould has just recently come out on the Criterion Collection. Definitely pick that film up if you can. But yeah, this is another film that he did starring Samuel L. Jackson, The Red Violin. Next, from the BBC, is a sort of mini-series blending fact and fiction about Wyatt Earp and Billy the Kid, and this stars Toby Stephens and Liam Cunningham. It is The Wild West. Next, another interesting one from the BBC here. We have actor David Bradley playing actor William Hartnell as he was going through a transition period, wanting to get away from roles where he was playing tough guys. And the role he found, well, it was that of Doctor Who. So yeah, this is Adventure in Space and Time, and it also stars Brian Cox. Next, we've got Viggo Mortensen in the film Good, and this is about a German literature professor in the 1930s who wrote a book about compassionate euthanasia, but then unfortunately it got seized upon by the government and used in wartime propaganda and had some devastating effects. Next, and yes, I did pick this up, so next year we're going to be getting a new He-Man Masters of the Universe movie, but here we have She-Ra. This is the original series, but it also includes the movie The Secret of the Sword. And there is He-Man. Next, Predators. This is the one that stars Adrian Brody. Not a great Predator movie, but I still quite like it. Definitely looking forward to the new Predator Badlands, which is going to be coming out later this year. Looks quite good from the trailer. Next, this is a film from director Gina Prince-Bythewood, who also directed Love and Basketball and The Woman King, a movie I really like. But yeah, this is Beyond the Lights. Next, now 50 horror movies all put together on this one box set that's released by Mill Creek. I've picked up a number of these Mill Creek 50 movie sets over the years. So the quality of the movies, the print quality is never great on these, but you do get to see a number of movies which aren't always easy to find. So actually, recently I watched the movie Horror Express from 1972 that stars Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, quite pleased to see that that's included on here, but yeah, lots of good stuff on here. Definitely you can get some of these movies in better print quality, such as Messiah of Evil, but yeah, nonetheless, for a very cheap find, good to have this. Next, brilliant movie from Denis Villeneuve. This is Incendie, came out in 2010, but yeah, a really harrowing movie with a twist ending. Excellent film. Next, now none of the Death Wish movies are essential to have, but I do enjoy them, and this is the only one I didn't actually have in my collection. I have all the other ones. I have seen this one before. Fair amount of explosions on this, and also a finale that takes place in an ice rink. So yeah, what's not to love about that? This one is directed by J. Lee Thompson. Always thought I had this movie in my collection, but no, I have Funny Lady, but not Funny Girl. So yeah, this is Funny Girl, directed by William Wyler and starring Barbara Streisand and Omar Sharif. Next, really interesting find this from Kino Video. This is The Belle of Amherst. It's from 1976, and it's a filming of a staged production of a one-woman play, and it's Julie Harris playing the American poet from Massachusetts, Emily Dickinson, a reclusive poet who wrote very prolifically, but had a reclusive life and sort of lived in her own imagination. Terence Davis has done a film about Emily Dickinson before, which is A Quiet Passion, starring Cynthia Nixon. And then also there's been a TV series, I think, on Netflix, starring Haley Steinfeld. But yeah, Julie Harris won the Tony Award for her performance in this. It's meant to be a very successful role that she played. She's actually one of the most successful stage actresses, Julie Harris. She's won about 10 Tony Awards. So yeah, this one should be quite interesting. Okay, those were the movie finds, but I also picked up quite a lot of TV, so I'll just show you what I picked up TV-wise. Now, I've never seen this series before, but this one is set on the Cornish coast, a detective thriller called Wycliffe, starring Jack Shepherd. Next is another sort of crime drama series. My folks back in the UK, they really enjoy this one. I've never seen it before, but this is Brenda Blethyn in Vera, and this is seasons 1 to 8. Next, I have seen this already, and I've seen all 3 seasons, but this is Alan Ritchson in Reacher. Enjoyable stuff. Not brilliant, but he is really good as Reacher, and it's just a good fun watch. And season 1 has the actress also who then featured in Strange Darling as well. So yeah, this is good stuff. Next, we've got season 1 and 2 of John Krasinski as Jack Ryan. I haven't watched this. I know it's meant to be pretty good. Next is a series I never saw at the time, and I've only found season 3 of this, but I just thought I'd try it out. And this is the Vietnam series, A Tour of Duty. A few guest stars in this one that include Lee Majors and Carl Weathers. Next, we've got all 6 seasons here of Justified, starring Timothy Oliphant. Now, originally I watched season 1 and I think a bit of season 2, and then I lost track. So, yeah, it'd be good to see this again. But yeah, this is a very economical set. So 6 seasons in here, but they managed to cram them in by just piling the discs one on top of each other in this plastic casing. Next, more British crime drama, and this is David Jason in A Touch of Frost, seasons 6 to 12. Another very popular one. I did watch a lot of this back in the day, but yeah, David Jason, always good on British TV, legendary actor. And then finally, this is a nice one to find. This is Barbra Streisand, the television specials. So 5 or 6 different TV specials, I think, here, which run from 1965 onwards. And this nice set includes a very lavish booklet. And then we've got this nice 5-disc edition here of all the various TV specials that she did from 1965 onwards, one of which includes a concert she did in Central Park for 135,000 people, and then also a music special that she did involving 150 types of musical instruments. But yeah, just a really nice set of her specials. Okay, that is it. So yeah, lots of movies, lots of TV. Let me know your thoughts and comments on any of that lot. I'm sure there's some that you will like and some that you will dislike. But yeah, let me know. Please do join me again. I am going to be carrying on with my director series of first films, and more to come. So yeah, thanks very much for watching this. I hope to see you again. All the best. Bye-bye.